Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from South Philly. On the play fake, Dak headed left, buying time. That's caught! And he will go all the way. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. You talk about a way to get this one started, Greg. Come on the road, go downfield deep, and put 6 on the board.
You can tell, Mike, this offensive coordinator, he wanted to come out aggressive in this one. Finds himself on the road. What does he do on the first snap? Deep shot, touchdown, strike first.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. To the air right away is Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goedert. He's got it again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goedert. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Again, Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be in for a big day.
To the air again. Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another first down. Hurts again. That's caught by Goddard. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Hurts will try it again. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's in! Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Play fake. Prescott. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bit on it, and Quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snack.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
Dak facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Jake Ferguson was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's a turnover on downs. On 1st down, it's Hurts. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
We're a couple of miles from the Colorado State Capitol building. It's Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Denver. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye. Here's J.K. Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Open man downfield, that's Ingram. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And he's in. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Broncos. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Throwing to begin. It's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 16 yards on the game, and a quick 1st down. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down. Hurts again. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. To the 10-yard line. He is out of bounds there. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. To the air again. Hurts. That's taken in left side by Smith. One quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They've got it second down and 6 to begin. Hurts will try it again. That is caught by the tight end. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now it's Dobbins, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
On second down, it's Nix. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got his tight end, it's Ingram. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Broncos.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing is Nix. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second down. Nix. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. So 31 yards on this play. A second big one in a row, and another first down. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Again, Hurts. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and That's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted inside the 30. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan McMillan. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. On first down, here's Nix to throw. Out to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here is Shipley on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. To throw is Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A pass complete there to Smith. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. Still on his feet, and he will get into the end zone. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A 1st down throw for Nix. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Cooper DeJean.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll change the look. First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. And incomplete to open things up.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10. Now Darnold wants to change it up. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. Now he'll throw deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now the Seahawks are going to elect to go for 2 here. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So they get in for the opening drive score, and they go for 2. They kept the kicker lonesome over there. They said, we don't need you this time.
Kickers? Who needs kickers for PATs?
Be nice now.
We want them for field goals, not for PATs. They went for 2 and got it. It's a new tone setter for this team.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
Now they'll audible to something else. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 39 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From the gun, it's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Throwing is Hurts. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, 26 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Darnold's going to change the play. Now a play fake here on first down. And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted.
Off. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 1. The fourth quarter begins, and it's a run with Montgomery. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal. He's inside the 10. Mark him at the 7.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
1st and goal, and here's Montgomery. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. On play action, here's Allen. Flush to his right. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he will convert. Good job there. Drive continues at the 48.
An early test here for that offensive line, and they come through. They're going to have to continue to find space in the ground game for their running backs to continue to move the chain. So, nice job there. Give them a lot of credit. Now the question is, what is the adjustment on the defensive side of the ball in the next 3rd down situation?
Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And let's give him about 4 on that one. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Allen going to give it to Cook. He's got space inside the 25. And they finally take him down, but not before he gets to the Eagles' 10-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal. Throwing now, Allen. And a good job there of hemming him in. They get it to the 8-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, here is Allen. This one caught at the 4. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. And that one is no good. He missed the extra point. So much for 7 to start. It is a 6-0 game. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Bigsby to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. To the air right away is Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
On the move past the 40. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 6-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter, as they've got it with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And he will score! Dallas Goedert, touchdown Philadelphia.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so Give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run. He understood his leverage.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here to talk things over before third down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got them backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple guys back to keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Allen, escaping the pressure right. He's looking deep for Shakir. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this was a great stress test for this defense, Mike. Everybody prepares to defend a quarterback from within the pocket. But how do you defend that quarterback when he breaks the pocket? In this case, watch everybody flow. Everybody stays with the play and maintains their assignment. They get rewarded for a chance at the interception, and he comes through with the pick.
Whoa! And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6. Here comes 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
All right, so in these 3rd and short, 3rd and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have 4th down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging 4th down decision.
That's taken in. 2 minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. 1st and 10. Hurts again. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he'll take this one in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. In motion goes Cooks. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Keely Ringo comes up from the secondary to make the play. Second down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On the run to the right. He's going to take a shot down the field. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. James Cook, touchdown Bills. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Extra point try by Bass. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will score. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. In motion goes Cooks. A run with Cook, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Throwing on second down. It's Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Allen forced out wide. Going for it all. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw him a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
And he'll get about 6 there. setting up second down. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here is Shipley on the return. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. Hurts to the air on first down. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Now, Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. Gain of 13 as they convert by a good 3 yards on that 4th and long.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Again, Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. Big-time play for Philly. 56 yards.
Well, this is the epitome, Mike, of short throw, long run. Everyone talks about the importance of these explosive plays, and of course, a lot of them come through the passing game, but you don't always have to throw the ball deep downfield for a big gain. We're seeing more and more of these wide receivers in the NFL that with the ball in their hands, they turn into running backs.
He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a 1st down. Saquon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. In motion goes Cooks. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw. Headed left, buying time. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. And the Bills are going to take possession.
And that's what you call an inexcusable mistake. Sometimes you just have to understand there's no play to be made, no matter how hard you try. There's a fine line between being aggressive and being reckless. You just can't put the ball in harm's way.
On 1st down, it's Allen. Oh, he tried to get away, but he can't break free. And that is going to be a safety. The Bills going to use...
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's May. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Looking to throw. May. To the right side and intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. And he fires one incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And connecting quickly with Goedert. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Escapes the pocket. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script, Brock. Test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Lamar now from the gun. Buying some time right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get in that.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Andrew Makuba makes the play. Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Up next, it's our main event between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. That's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And he's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked out a step or two shy of it. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A throw right side, caught by Goddard. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. Hurts throwing again. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. And again, here's Hurts. Catch made over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. It is caught left side. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Hurts yet again. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And the Ravens are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And it doesn't fall into the breadbasket. Incomplete pass.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
He was looking for Mark Andrews. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Backed up by the false start flag. Here's 3rd and 15. Here he goes, 3rd and long. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. On 4th down, snap to Jackson. Throwing for Andrews, and it's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles bring this back inside the 10-yard line before going down. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Brings it in. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the 2nd. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from the link coming up in just a moment. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. Got the give on the zone read, and the defenders were waiting for him. He goes down for a loss. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
4th down, here's Jackson. Looking slant route, complete. And as we kind of expected, it does not work out. A little surprised to see him go for it. They're headed off after they turn it over on downs. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Yet another grab for Goedert. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Hurts on first down. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And it won't be a touchdown, Brock, but it sure was close. He winds up out of bounds just about a yard shy of the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Barkley does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
It's Barkley again, and he will not get in. The defense holds. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. They're going to try to run it in. Barkley, and he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Man in motion out of the slot. He's back to throw. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Back to throw it. He lofts one deep, center of the field. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marcus Epps. And the Eagles do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Set to return it. Here's Will Shipley. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them, They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. First down throwing for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Back now, pressure coming. Sends this to the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings them to 3rd down. It's Hurts once again. Pass complete to Goddard. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. 1st down, here's Lamar. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Got a lot behind this one, downfield it goes. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. 3rd down coming up.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Jackson now on 3rd. And this is another one too close to that defender, Brock. Knocked away again, and this time it forces 4th down.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on.
Oh, and they're going to fake this one. This is caught. And they'll bring him down, but not before the fake gets them a 1st down.
Everybody needs a good emergency quarterback, and I think this team just found their man. Seems like a call they had confidence in, no question about it. And what a perfect moment to call it.
This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he hangs on nicely through that hit. Nothing added to the catch, but they're down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. A toss now to Henry. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Chased out to his right. He can run it, and he'll go down here at the 16. But the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Blitz coming, Lamar. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there. Heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from South Philly. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Williams to begin with a pass. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 29.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They run. It's the former Eagle, DeAndre Swift. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. Williams to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Bears 1st down. To throw is Williams. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So these screen plays, they always seem so commonplace. They seem a little bit routine, right, Mike? But really, for them to work, there's a huge, significant timing element to it where the offensive line, the back, you can't be downfield too early, but you can't go too late. There's so many reps and reps that allow certain teams to be...
Oh, the pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. And he misses the extra point. No good, and this will remain a 6-0 game. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. To the air right away is Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 17 yards as they hook up again and pick up the first.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open. He tries to lead his guy. Just puts a little too much in front of him.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goedert. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Now he takes off. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. A one-point affair, 7-6 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Swift. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Third and inches. Williams. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On second down, Hurts. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, if you like defensive football, this game's heaven because right now points have become a premium. Someone has to figure out a way to get something going, whether it's a field goal or even just a positive drive and play the field position game. Some offense has to take control of this game here at some point.
On third down, it's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down.
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. To the air again, Hurts. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Well, that was a disaster. I like the call. I like going for it on fourth down. Give your offense a chance to extend this drive and maintain possession, but after going the wrong way, now they're going to have to watch the other team take over after failing to move the chains.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. He's going to keep it himself. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
Escaping to his left.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Swift. And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. Zach Barr, the all-pro, makes the stop. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. We'll talk things over before third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jalen Phillips that time. In there for the sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That's over the middle and taken by Loveland. And he'll indeed pick up a Bears first down. That was something else. Big pickup on 4th and long. And they get a new set of downs. To throw, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a 2nd and 6. They will run it over center with Swift. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. Here's Williams now to throw. He's got his big tight end, Holston Loveland. Touchdown, Bears. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Bigsby to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And that is into the hands of Goddard. He's got it. A huge play just before the half. 33 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. He gets free. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. And even 50 yards.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow. And the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he will get into the end zone. Dallas Goedert, touchdown Eagles. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Swift. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. It is 2nd and 6. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Nolan Smith in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he'll take it on in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended target. And it'll be second down.
They do a really nice job defensively in there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Williams. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. Screen works to perfection. Give him 18 yards and move the chains. First down. Throwing again, Williams. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Williams to the air once more. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. Fourth quarter begins on the ground with Swift. And he's brought down at the 17, but that's going to be good enough. A first down picked up on the ground. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. To throw is Williams. Oh, he tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Off the play fake, Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. No chance to get away. He's going to be knocked out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Again, Hurts. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. Hurts will try it again. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Hurts again. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air again. Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets them another first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation. We're a couple kneel.
Saquon Barkley. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave.